water sickness with a dam break, and a huge wall of water that comes crashing through the woods. And the miniature dam we're building is actually possibly even too small, but it's as large as we could build, to be perfectly honest. It's 25 feet high and about 85 feet wide. This is a miniature dam, and miniature dams hold back water. Water never gets to be a miniature like the dam does. So the bigger you make the dam, the better the water looks. And so the scale is an arbitrary scale that we sort of made up because we came up with an arbitrary size on the dam. So it's somewhere between quarter and sixth scale, is what you'd say, which is way too small for a dam. It only represents a small part of the dam, so we didn't take a 1,000-foot wide dam and scale it down to 85 feet wide, because that would never work. This is just a small piece of that dam. And that's how we're making the water effects work, is that rather trying to achieve the world, we're trying to grab pieces that are large enough, as big as we can possibly make them, so that the water scales properly, and then we sell the wide shots by combination of miniature and digital enhancement, so that we don't get caught in that terribly underscaled water problem that you see so often in shots like this.
Basically, this is one of the larger pieces of the puzzle, as it involves a lot of water going through the tank. But in the past weeks, we've been putting smaller amounts of water through cracks and fissures and putting them in such high pressure to not only correspond with the model to make the water look like it's the right size, but also by pumping the water at such high pressures, it gives it a finer quality. Because it's the biggest problem with models in water is just size. You almost need to build the model to actual scale. So there's all these tricks involved, and some of them are CGI and some of them are high pressure water that enable you to create the illusion that the water is the right size. As you'll see, it's one of the most challenging things. I think we've come a long way since Superman. They did a pretty good job, and we're trying to take it a step further.
Starting to pump water up to the dam. I need somebody on the other side. Lock it up. Lock it up. Lock up the dam. Lock it up.
All the water in here will be drained in about 3 minutes, put up in the tanks, just in time for them to build up the pressure. And the pressure will send it out. I'm just regurgitating what other people tell me.
Set. And roll cameras. Roll cameras.
As you can see, we have a lot of water came out and a lot of the dam came apart, with the exception of the top part, which was meant to collapse. So either we'll run another water cycle through and have that portion drop, or tomorrow we'll just rebuild the undersection and run it again. But it's all about pieces. So I think today will be good for the initial big break. Good though, pretty cool. A lot of work.
It's a wonderful experience, actually, to do a sequel, even though many people say, oh, I never do sequels. But in fact, it gives you a chance to build on the things you've learned from the previous film. And what we always say is that when we finish a movie, we really know how to make that movie. But in this case, that's a benefit for us. It gives us a leg up.